Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading that somebody requested that I put live on the channel in case there's anybody else out there who happens to come across this video and perhaps receive some messages from it that can be helpful to them too. So I want to say thank you so much to the sponsor of this reading. That's so kind of you. And I'm really excited to get your questions answered here and see what the tarot has in store for you. If anyone else who's watching is interested in receiving a personal reading like this is a love reading that this person purchased, and you can head down to the comments or to the description below to find the link to my website if you'd like to receive a reading as well. So let's see what your questions are. So this person writes, "Hi Rainbow, about 3 years ago, I was friends with someone and I always thought that there was something more between us. We were always dating other people and the relationship was very platonic, but there was one time that he told me that if I was ever single again, we should give it a go. I ended up moving a few hours away and we loosely stayed in touch, but eventually we lost contact. I reached out around 6 months ago and told him I still had feelings and was willing to take him up on his old offer. He told me he cares about me, but is in a serious relationship. I'm just wondering how he feels about me, if there is any chance for us in the future, and if not, how can I get over him? It feels like every time I feel like I've moved on, I just can't let him go. Also, is his relationship really that serious? Is he going to reach out to me again? Is there any way we can just be friends? Any advice would be greatly appreciated." Okay, so yeah, I see your situation here. This is rough. I've done a reading on this type of topic many times. This person is with somebody else. You guys had this great connection. They even confessed they care about you, but they're not reaching out. And yeah, let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say, just in general, with no questions. Any messages for you? Wow, oh my gosh, it just keeps going. Okay, so I do see what's going on here. There is definitely some type of healing process or healing cycle going on in your life right now. It'd be interesting to ask yourself if you've ever felt like rejected or abandoned by someone at any other point in your life, because sometimes we end up attracted to people that aren't able to choose us or reciprocate when we're trying to work through that wound. So this is interesting because I do see something about this being a pattern. Not like there's anything wrong with you. I see some deeper roots here. Some like this goes back to something in your life. So that could be something to journal about, or maybe talk to a licensed therapist or counselor about if you want to dig deeper into this root. Because I see the issue here is that, you're really feeling this energy of almost desperation towards this person of like, let's be friends. Like, why can't we be together? I can't get over him, which is, such a tough place to be. You might be thinking perhaps if only this person could just care about me or be in my life, then everything would be better. There'd be that sense of completeness. I do sense that energy of that longing, that desire. And I do feel like these are pure emotions. Like I do sense you genuinely care about this person. There's definitely a spark there. I feel compatibility between you guys. I can see that in the cards. But I also think there's something deeper behind this. And so, yeah, this is bringing up some old feelings of insecurity in you, making you feel like, you're not going to measure up, you're not good enough. Oh my gosh, and here's this injustice card. It's like feeling like no matter how hard you try, like this isn't lining up. I also see this is affecting your ability to be happy in other relationships or to feel confident and free to go out and date and pursue what you want in love. Because obviously you want to bring in a soulmate, you want to bring in an energy, but that's going to be hard to do when you're so consumed by this other person, because that kind of blocks your energy from being able to receive anything else. Instead of being open to the infinite possibilities in love, it's like you've decided this is the one person, it has to be like this, or nothing else is going to cut it for me. And so you cut yourself off from receiving love and other maybe potential relationships. And so I say all this not to make you feel bad or anything, but just to kind of show you what's coming out here in the cards about how this is potentially affecting you. And it's so tough. You know, I see this frustration card here. You're frustrated. You even mentioned in your questions, like, how can I get over him? Like, you're willing to get over him. Like, you don't want to be in this energy. I see how this is tough for you, how it's weighing on you, you know, this broken heart card coming up. Also, like, this feeling of secrecy, almost like this is a secret. Like, you feel like you can't tell anybody else about it. It could be this secret burden you have that's causing like these feelings of sadness. So yeah, I see it's tough. I do see positive energy, funny enough, going on in your career right now. Like, there's a lot of abundance coming in your life. There's a lot of opportunities coming in. This situation here might be distracting, though. It could be weighing down your energy. It seems like this is a huge spiritual lesson for you, an opportunity for you to come to balance again, an opportunity to just bring love to yourself and balance your energy. I always say, you know, whatever energy's coming in, just welcome it, learn from it. This is your teacher. This is part of your path. And so I see good energies coming out. I see a positive outcome here. I see you processing this and moving forward. I don't think you're always going to be dealing with this heavy energy. But yeah, let's just dig a little bit into this and see what's going on. So first, you want to know, you know, how does he feel about you? So how does he feel? We're going to use my Real deck. This is a deck that I made recently. And yeah, so it's completely made by me, and I channeled a lot of messages into it. I found it to be pretty accurate so far. So we're going to be using this deck to channel how does he feel about you. So what are his current feelings towards you? What's on his mind? Yeah, this is some heavy energy. The first card I'm getting is this really sweet card that says you are a dream come true. So yeah, I feel like this person's definitely looking at you and this opportunity that they're aware of with you, and just seeing yeah, this beautiful energy. You're a dream come true. Like, this tells me that there are definitely some feelings this person has for you. I feel like they like to dream about you a little bit. I feel like they do have a lot of nostalgia thinking about you and the friendship that you guys had, the time that you guys had together. Next, this is so on point. This says, I'm in a karmic relationship and don't know how to leave it. The thought of you is the only thing that gives me hope. Wow. So I'm not sure about this last part here lining up with this energy. I really do think, though, that, you know, when they told you that they're in this relationship, it's serious. I think they're being honest with you 100%. I respect how this person is being honest with you. I feel honesty coming from them and an energy of kindness. And just because it's a karmic relationship that they're in doesn't mean that there's not love there. It's just karmic relationships are very tumultuous. They can become very codependent. They're very up and down. They do tend to be sometimes pretty long term, in and out, hot and cold. Even like the strongest person, you know, getting entangled in a toxic or a karmic relationship can get sucked into that for just years and have a difficult time getting out of it. So I'm not sure if I'm seeing the relationship as necessarily abusive or even toxic, but it doesn't seem to me like a soul connection or like the person that they're gonna marry. I do get a sense that this relationship could not last with him and his significant other. But yeah, it's like they don't know how to leave it. They don't know how to get out. There could be a desire for them to leave. I'm not sure if they even desire that yet, but I don't see it lasting. And then over here, this is interesting to me. The message from them: I'm in a phase of my life where I'm exploring my sexuality in different relationships. I'm sorry I can't be the one to give you the relationship you're looking for. Yeah, this tells me that I'm not even sure if they are 100% committed to this person, or perhaps they're stepping out on that person. It's almost like if they were to get out of that relationship, they'd probably want to be single and like date for a while and just play the field and, you know, take a load off, because when you get out of a karmic relationship, it's usually one of those energies where you want to swear off love for a little while. So I just kind of get this energy that this person's tied up. They know they can't give you that relationship you're looking for, but they do really care about you. So far, like, I do see like them telling you the truth, and energy of honesty coming out from them. This is interesting though, seeing this card after all of this. I'm open to a committed relationship. I just want to take more time to get to know you better before we take that next step. I'm kind of zoning in more on this part. I'm open to a committed relationship. I just want to take some more time. I'm getting this message that, yeah, it's possible this person will walk away from this relationship eventually. They're going to want to be single for a while, kind of heal a little bit. But it's like they're looking at you and that potential of the future. They're thinking, yeah, I could actually see myself in a relationship with you. I mean, they even told you that in the past. You wrote in your message, let's see. There was one time that he told me that if I was ever single again, we should give it a go. That's interesting to me. Like they've already told you that they're open to a relationship with you. But my thing here with all of this is just, do you really want to sit around and wait for this, especially if it's not a guarantee? We're going to have to look a little deeper into this energy, but we still see that that they haven't 100% let you go either, to be honest. And look at this card. There was this deep dream I had the other day, and you were so hot. So they're definitely attracted to you, and I think now that they know how you feel, and because I get the feeling it was kind of a shock to them, like they didn't know. You guys, like you mentioned, you lost contact. They're a little excited about this opportunity, but like realistically, they're just like, I don't know. So I do think they're being honest with you. And then this message right here: who I really am is different than how you think of me in your head. And I think that they're aware that, like, you know, sometimes when you really care about somebody, especially when you're not like in contact with them often, you can put them on a pedestal in your head and think that, you know, kind of make them up to be this perfect person, or this person that's really going to fill that void for you, or your perfect match, or your twin flame, or whatever. And the truth is, sometimes the reality of actually entering into a relationship with that person will be so much different than what you picture it to be. And maybe this is a message from their higher self to you, or maybe just a message from spirit saying, you know, this person might be different than how you actually think of them. But yeah, this is interesting. So far, we're seeing some feelings here coming out from them. I want to take a look at some of my other decks and run this by the traditional tarot too, but let's just ask some more questions about how do they feel. So there is a part of them that does want to make the effort with you, that probably does want to reach out or flirt with you or explore this connection, but at the same time, they're in a relationship. So they know that would be something deceptive. That would be a little sneaky. And I have a sense that this person has been going back and forth on this, on whether or not to reach out. Obviously, time has gone by. You mentioned it's been 6 months. You said you haven't heard from him since then. You want to know if he's going to reach out. We'll pull cards for that in a minute. But yeah, I do kind of sense he's thinking like, maybe I should reach out. I want to make the effort, but how do I do this? Like, because he's in this other relationship. And yeah. But look, reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. Yeah, this is definitely starting to point towards them wanting to reach out, caring about you, wanting to make the effort, wanting to reconcile, but also struggling with the fact that they're in a relationship and they have to deal with that, and they don't want to go behind anybody's back. And so it is kind of a strange energy here with that. You know, I definitely see them struggling with that. They're just stuck in indecision because it's almost like they're damned if they do, damned if they don't, you know? Okay, this card, the Six of Pentacles. That one kind of wants to come out. Well, I guess I'm just going to pull all of them. Got a cluster. So the Six of Pentacles, that's interesting to see in this context. This is a card that has a lot to do with like your material life, concerns. This is a card for like how they feel about you, because we're still pulling for that question. And this person is really consumed right now with their job. This is a card that has to do with like employment, making money, their community, working on trying to be steady financially, going through periods of like almost poverty, or periods where they're like kind of broke, but then like money comes in, like up and down, like fluctuation with their money, trying to get back on their feet type of energy. So yeah, it's I see a lot of struggles this person has in their daily life right now. But in a relationship, the Six of Pentacles has a lot to do with maybe somebody being dependent on another person. So maybe that's what's going on in their relationship. Maybe that I'm not sure if they're living together or if they, because like you mentioned, they said it's a serious relationship. I sense that it's like they're living together, or they're sharing finances or something like that, because this is an energy of like dependency or needing another person, or like just being very settled where they are right now. So yeah, not knowing, and this also sometimes has to do with divorce, like dividing up your assets. It's almost like they are like, I don't know how to separate from this other person kind of energy. So they're like stuck. This is the Nine of Swords. So, I mean, look at this card right here. We all know Nine of Swords. This is the card that has a lot to do with, you know, confusion, like stress coming at you from every level, chaos. This is like the Dark Night of the Soul card. So, you know, I recently posted on my channel about spiritual awakening. I posted one video that's like, what is spiritual awakening? The second is like, what is Dark Night of the Soul? And I'm still continuing the series, so stay tuned. But I talked a little bit about Dark Night of the Soul if you want to check it out. I mean, this person could be going through a spiritual awakening, or maybe even just a rough time in their life, honestly. But they're feeling unhappy. This is a card that's like, they're really worried. So maybe it's about you. This is how they feel about you. They're worried about the situation. They're definitely thinking about it. They're thinking about this opportunity with you. They can't really think straight right now. They might be dealing with a lot of depression in general in their life right now. I mean, 2020 was crazy, right? So maybe this is just some of that energy wrapped up in here. But yeah, but they do love you. This is the Ace of Hearts. I mean, this is they really do love you. I sense the love here. And this is the Five of Hearts. This is like a heartbreak, having to walk away from something. They feel bad. They have to walk away. And then the Ten of Hearts is like they want this situation to be resolved somehow, either in their heart or in the, you know, in the 3D. So they want this situation to have some type of closure, move forward. They're definitely still processing like you coming forward to them. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to some more questions. So your next question is there any chance for us in the future? So based off of this, I definitely feel like this isn't over yet. I feel like you're definitely going to be hearing from them again, which we'll answer that question soon. But that's what I can say so far. Is there any chance for you in the future? I'm going to use this deck. This is another deck I made called Promises of Expression. It's just got like some words here. I love sometimes like when you don't want to read the cards and you're like, oh, the images are just kind of all over the place. I need something more concrete. The words can be really great. See if we can get any messages from your angels or your guides or higher self. If there's a chance for you guys in the future. Well, this is interesting. I do think they're going to be reaching out to you. This is right. This is sympathetic. I'm not sure if all these exchanges happened over text or DM or email or something like that, or if you guys called each other, but I sense you guys were like texting back and forth or something. I think they are going to text you again in the future. This is them writing, sympathetic. Their message might be something like, I feel bad, I don't know what to do, that kind of thing. Like they really, like we saw that Nine of Swords cards earlier. It's like they're definitely, this wasn't just a small thing to them. This really shook them, you know, that you came back and confessed your feelings. But there's also this apathy here. This could be, apathy, wait. Maybe this is where they're at right now. Like eventually they're going to reach out to you. But currently they're feeling just kind of apathetic. They're kind of numb to the whole thing. And it might have to do with them having to push these emotions down so that they can focus on what's in front of them and this relationship that they're in. I do get the feeling that they're just going through a lot and suppressing a lot of emotions right now. Loss. Yeah. You guys are both processing loss here. It's like what could have been, you know? I'm not sure if you guys have a chance in the future. I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, I do see they're going to be reaching out. I get the feeling this isn't over. And yeah, this message is telling you, look, just trust your instincts here. Trust your instincts. I get the feeling it's not over. And if I saw like this is gonna, no, there's absolutely no way here, I would tell you. But it's hard to get a message either way. And I know that's why you come to the tarot. You want that definitive answer, but sometimes it's not black or white, you know? Rest. Yeah, they want you to rest. They want you to maybe release this energy for a while because it's definitely draining you. Friendly. Something about friendly. Yeah, I have a feeling in the future there is a possibility you guys can be friends again. Because that was another one of your questions is, can we just be friends? It seems to me like you really just don't want to lose this person. Like you care about them, but you'd rather just have some type of relationship with them than nothing. But I think it's going to be difficult for you to be friends with this person while they're in that relationship. Because there's just something going on there. You wanted to know how serious is that relationship. Let's pull some cards. I don't want to dig too deep out of respect for this person's privacy, you know. I guess that's kind of out of the window when you are getting a tarot reading and digging deep into somebody's energy. But I just kind of want to vaguely kind of just skim and see, like, you know, answer your question, how serious is the relationship? Well, this is interesting. It's like a controlling relationship. I'm not sure who's controlling over who or if it's both of them, but they're very codependent and they're dependent on each other financially. Something about their finances and career is affecting this relationship. So, yeah. But I have a feeling that he doesn't think this is his person, or maybe he's the kind of person who doesn't really like want to get married or think about that, because not everybody desires the same thing in relationships. Some people just take it one day at a time and don't really plan for the future or don't have that desire. This person strikes me as someone like that. That you know, this is serious. I do, like, you, to answer your question, yes, this is a serious relationship. They even told you. I think they're just being upfront with you. But I don't think that their mind is open. This says they know that maybe who they end up with could be different than what they expect. They're very just in a place in their life right now where they're very open-minded. They're serious, but they're not thinking forever with this person. But they are perhaps living together. I'm getting a lot of messages about that. Make the effort reversed. Yeah, it's like he doesn't really want to make the effort anymore. He might just be on autopilot in this relationship. It might just be comfortable. That's kind of where I sense this is. I'm not getting any... Oh, yeah. This is the page of swords here. He's growing in this relationship. He's learning a lot. This is helping him in some way. But I definitely get the feeling that he's growing out of this connection currently. I just keep seeing signs. I don't see love in these cards. I don't see soul. I mean, look at these cards. Look. There's passion, there's engagement, there's so much here. True love, flirt, chemistry, romance, and I didn't get any of those cards. I'm not getting any messages that this is like a true love kind of thing. There's an energy here for sure that's keeping them together, but it's more karmic. Yeah. This woman has helped open his heart, though. She has helped open his heart in a way. He cares about her because they've been through a lot together. And so there is that attachment too. It's almost a trauma bond or something. So yeah, but it's definitely serious. Yeah, definitely serious. Like I see that he hasn't even admitted to himself yet that he wants out of this relationship. He's just on autopilot and he's comfortable. He doesn't seem very in touch with his emotions. He might even be one of those people that's like jaded or doesn't really believe in love. Maybe that's just where he's at right now. That's his perspective. But yeah. So let's move on to your next question. This is an important one. I want to spend some more time on this one. How can I get over him? So the first thing I'm going to say, and I say this to all of the people I read for, is that, don't force yourself to get over somebody overnight. You want to be kind to yourself, and you don't want to just push away your emotions and feelings and abandon yourself and your truth in this situation. However, if you're constantly feeling like sorrow or pain, or you're finding yourself down in the dumps about this and it's affecting your daily life and your ability to enjoy life and your ability to connect with people and to move towards your goals and purpose, then that's an issue. It's normal for something like that to last a little while, but if it goes on for a long time, then that's where you want to consider maybe doing some healing work or digging a little deeper on this. And if it's really bad, you can always do licensed counseling or therapy, work with someone like that. So yeah, this is the first thing is focus on gratitude. Oh gosh, this word, I laugh every time I talk about this. So this is raising your vibration through gratitude and changing your perception a little bit about this person and this situation. But before you do that, it's important to thoroughly allow yourself to feel how you feel now before you can start that work. Because once again, you don't want to abandon yourself and just force yourself to be positive or move to a space of gratitude, because that's not authentic. So I would suggest writing down your feelings in a journal and just writing exactly how you feel about this person, the situation, what's frustrating you about it. And then I would even suggest this technique, which I've done myself and I talk about a lot on the channel, but it's kind of using the Hawaiian Ho'oponopono healing method, and it's something that sometimes you'll be told to do in therapy as well. But sometimes you can imagine somebody sitting across from you in a chair and you can just sit there and say everything you need to say to them and release that energy. It's kind of like that. Like, this is a way for you to release, maybe cut some cords, release some of the heavier energies. So what you're going to do is, get some paper or notebook and you're going to write a letter to this person. Now, do not send the letter because that's just going to cause trauma. This letter is just for you. It's just for your healing purposes, just for like a healing method. And you're going to write the letter to them. You're going to tell them how you feel, and you're going to get everything out that you feel like you need to say to them. And, if you're angry, you can go off in the letter. If you're sad, write about that. Like anything, honestly, that comes out. Don't judge what comes out on this piece of paper. Don't try to refine it or anything. Just write from your heart. And once you're done with that, you're going to take the letter and you're going to write at the end of it, or maybe even say out loud something to the effect of, I'm sorry, I forgive you, thank you, I love you, I am now free and you are now free. I now cut any cords energetically that are between us that are keeping me stuck in feelings of sadness and regret and sorrow and frustration, any feelings of abandonment or rejection, any feelings I'm not worthy enough, any just bad vibes or bad energies here, I'm going to release. And then you can, rip it up and throw it away. Some people like to take the letter and burn it. Obviously do that safely. But this can be really helpful. Sometimes you might need to repeat this healing method a couple times. Sometimes you might need to try this in meditation where you relax, maybe put on some nature sounds or healing music, and just breathe deeply, clear your chakras or ground your energy, relax your body, and then you can imagine yourself in a beautiful, safe space, like in the forest or by the beach. Imagine this person walking towards you and, really engage your senses, be able to see them, hear the sounds around you, smell the air, and really get yourself in that place, in that special meditation place. And then you can actually speak to them in the meditation, and just like as if you're writing the letter, but imagine yourself speaking to them, and just then you can picture the cords between you guys and imagine like severing them, or bring in Archangel Michael, imagine him there to sever these cords between you. That's another way to try it. But basically this is a way you can cut cords, you can heal, you can release. Because sometimes we feel like we don't ever get closure with somebody. And closure, I feel like, is something we can give ourselves. It's a gift that we can give ourselves. It's an ability that we have to help ourselves find peace. We don't want to put our power in someone else's hands and make it dependent on what they say and what they do, that's going to be what makes us feel at peace. And I think that's the situation here, is in a way, you got to take responsibility for your energy. And you're the one who's responsible for cutting these cords, for this healing, for your outlook, for your perception. I know that's really hard to hear. That's why I tell people, don't just force yourself to get over them overnight, and don't feel bad. Don't judge yourself for how you feel. There's nothing wrong with loving somebody unconditionally. And in fact, after you've done some of these healing methods, or you've had some time to release these energies in whatever way feels best for you, you eventually come to a place where you can start working on the gratitude. That's where you can start affirming, or maybe doing some writings about what you appreciate about this person, what they've taught you, what they've reflected back to you. You can appreciate what you've shared with them. You can appreciate the love that you have for them, because no one can take that from you. I mean, this isn't, you don't want this to be like this creepy, possessive type of love. It's just a love that it's just a love that is, when you truly love someone, you realize you don't have to have them, you don't have to hold them, you don't have to possess them, you don't even have to be with them. You can just send good vibes out to them and love them from afar, and it doesn't have to be a thing like that anymore. It doesn't have to be this missing part of you. I think it's beautiful that in this life we meet people that we feel these wonderful soul connections with. But not everybody is meant to be in our life for the purpose that we want them to be. Not everybody's meant to play that role that we think we want them to play, or whatever. And part of loving someone is honoring them and respecting their freedom and respecting their choices and trusting that they know what's best for them. That's when we take that. It takes a lot to be able to get to that perspective. I don't think you're going to walk around having that perspective all the time, but it's something to meditate on, write about, think about, so that when you start thinking about this person, maybe eventually in the future, you can think about them and smile. You can think about them. Yes, maybe you'll miss them. There might still be that longing for them, but you can be happy knowing that they're out there living their truth, doing what they love, and that's enough. It's enough to just know that this person touched your life, and no one can ever take away those moments or that love that you have. It reminds me of that. I think it's a Billie Holiday song. Could just be like a jazz standard, but. They can't take that away from me. I think that song's so cute. It kind of reminds me of that. So yeah, this is kind of how you can let go of somebody, but I think it's something natural. Time heals all wounds, and moving to that gratitude perspective helps. But yeah, this is the synthesis card. It's a process. And this says truth. Connecting with your truth in any situation can really help. And so I suggest you do some journaling and writing on that too. So yeah, and I've been in a situation like this before, actually a couple times, and where I've cared about someone and they weren't able to step forward for whatever reason, and finding my truth in the situation, which I just shared with you. It's pretty, maybe you'll find a similar one or your own, but the truth I found is you don't have to have or hold or possess anybody in order to truly love them and care about them, and to really honor people's free will, and to realize that sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with you. Everyone has their own unique path in life and own unique purpose. Just because you feel a soul connection doesn't mean that anything is meant to happen or supposed to happen. Allow relationships to become what they need to become. Allow the freedom and space for that in your life. That's what I've learned, conclusions I've come to, but maybe you'll come to your own. That's what's important about this, is to find your truth in this situation. So, is there any way that you can just be friends? We did see the friendly card. Let's pull some cards to see if perhaps you can be friends in the future. I think right now it's very difficult with that relationship that he's in. But yeah, there's an awakening happening, fortune. Well, this has to do with what you're going through in your life. You're going through some type of awakening process. I mean, who isn't right now? But you totally are. There's a fortune card. Remember earlier we got that abundance card for you? There must be something really big happening right now in your life, a big change. There's a lot of good energy coming in. This is a pivotal moment for you, perhaps even in your career or with discovering your purpose. There's good energy surrounding you. And so there's this message for you to reflect right now, to reflect on what it is that you want to create at this time in your life, how you want to use this beautiful energy that's coming your way, allowing yourself to truly celebrate it and enjoy it, so that this situation with this person doesn't kind of rain a dark cloud over all of your success and this good fortune coming your way. And this says you're tired. It's time to rest. We got the rest card earlier. Tired. Yeah. Follow. I wonder if you're starting some type of business or project or something artistic, or considering doing something that's going to cause you to really put yourself out there in the world. Because this says you're an extroverted person, or you're moving into an extroverted energy. Follow that path. It's magnetic. It's going to draw a good fortune to you. I'm just seeing a lot of encouragement here for this path that you're currently on. This might just be a little bump in the road, something that you're processing, some type of root that you're pulling up. But I do see you healing from this, and follow this path. There's something here for you. But as far as you guys being friends again, I'm not really getting any messages about that. But it doesn't mean it's not going to happen, because I kind of see it, honestly. I see it. I feel like once they're out of this relationship, you might hear more from them. Yeah, they care about you. This is the link. So it symbolizes secrecy, somebody who's hiding in the shadows, secret. But the hawk symbolizes opportunity. So they'll probably come out of their shell eventually. And yeah, they're going through struggles right now. I just keep seeing that. But you guys do have a strong foundation for friendship. You mentioned you were friends for 3 years. I still feel that energy there. They need to take responsibility for their healing in life, like everyone. They're going through life too, And it just seems like there's a block on the communication. I think it's because of the relationship that they're in, and you'll probably be hearing from them after this relationship. So I hope that helps. Let's see if we can get you a final message. Anything else that you need to know before we end this reading? And I've been doing this a lot lately on everybody's personal readings. I've been ending by just reading a little message from this deck, because I really love, I'm obsessed with birds, honestly. I love birds. I love bird watching. I just feel like they're such a powerful symbol of freedom, of elegance, of grace, of communication. such sweet little creatures. So I'm going to pull you a card from this and see if there's any bird guidance, word from the bird we can get for you before we end this message. We're getting the lark. I am lark, the endearing song of the soul. I am voice. I am the wandering bard. I am everything that resonates through sound. I will teach you to use your words and how to make them magic. I will give you a purpose for everything you utter. I will give you a clear intent for every expression you release. Everything you say permeates the cosmos. I am the chant that awakens. I am the mantra that focuses thought. I am the love ballad and the victory song. I'm here to free your voice and show you how to direct it toward your destiny. You have kept quiet too long. It's time to awaken your senses. Speak with clarity and intent. Express with depth and purpose. Pay close attention as your words reverberate around you. You are in tune with the cosmos. You are manifestation. You are harmony. You are lark. That is so beautiful. Oh, I love this message. I just want to add that this has a lot to do with healing through words and through sound. This could be something that helps you as well. We did talk about like mantras and raising your energy to more of a space of gratitude. But first, remember, you need to do some healing and just allow yourself to process this energy. So yeah, I was getting a lot of messages for you about writing, about journaling, and maybe even consider singing to get some of this energy out. If there's any music that reminds you of this situation, maybe listen to it, process with it, sing, cry a little bit if you need to. And I also think this is telling you to be confident in speaking your truth, because you mentioned that you reached out to this person, told them how you felt. Don't regret that. You never know like what that meant to that person or the shift that it helped create in their life. And even if it was just for some crazy reason was nothing to them, which we didn't see that, it's powerful for you to be able to speak your truth. So don't ever regret that. Don't regret anything that you said or did. I feel like it was all meant to happen, and just own it as you move forward. I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you again for your support, and I will see you next time. Peace out.